Afternoon all. Bit of a tech video today. So I've got an Ottocast C5, but one came off a marketplace $100 and it's got to be the best score I've ever got, because the gentleman who's selling it has also ended up going off his own bat, getting in contact with the company in China who make them and done a lot of testing and fixed a lot of the issues you've probably seen if you've been watching any other videos about the Ottocast, and they come under a few different brands, I think, these products. But for the Ottocast C5, all the glitches, saving date, the glitches with the sound quality when you connect your center or your Carter or anything like that has been fixed, because this guy who I bought this one off for $100, he bought a fair few of them and he's worked with the company and the ones his mates and all that run and got the firmware updated through them. Well, and he was even nice enough, he's into a bit of techie stuff. I noticed, I was chatting to him and saying, you're the same as me, you don't want your phone up here anymore, so you know, your $100, $200 worth of all your quad lock stuff's almost useless now, superfluous, because I don't want my phone there. He 3D printed a mount for that, and I said, oh look, I'll buy one of them off you, and as I was leaving he was nice enough to say, look, just have this one. So he's 3D printed a quad lock mount that goes to the map system for these sort of devices, and he said have it. So shout out to this guy, great bloke. So we'll unbox it, we'll have a go at readjusting now. I might tilt my quad lock back down slightly and have a go at mounting it here. C5 Lite maybe, or something like that. So how it comes here with the cover, it pops in and out. So you've got a little retaining screw that you hand tighten up, take it in and out if you wanted to, or do a screwdriver to tighten this right up if you want it locked on, so no one's going to bother stealing it anyway. But with that loosened right off, and it gets retained in there, you can then pull the little lever and pop the whole device out. So I like the way it's held with the 4 pins, or 5 pins for the charging at the rear. I find sometimes my GPS map with the vibration on the motorbike, if the pins are a base charger, sometimes pop in and out, but the fact this sandwiches and clicks in, I don't see that you'd ever drop in and out of power by the back unit. Now these aren't powered. All they've got in here, and I think it might even be an update, or they've ran the firmware to do it, it's got a capacitor in here that will keep the date for maybe a week. So as far as what comes in it, obviously we've got the knob at the back for the RAM. You've then got the RAM mount part to go around the handlebars. You've got the different U brackets and spaces for a handlebar size, depending on the size of your handlebar or nav bar. You've got a RAM mount, which ain't a bad one, a RAM mount to go over, I don't know, get up to like a 9mm bolt through that, so depending where you might want to use that scenario. You've got your center RAM part that 2 different balls go into, little screwdriver. You've got a USB to, can't remember what that plug's called, whatever that one is, more of a DV plug type thing. Then you've got the charger, if you were going direct off battery, which I'm not going to utilise that one. So that's everything. So we'll hopefully go with the RAM and just see where it might work on the bike, whether I do leave the quad lock there in case I want my phone there. My phone hasn't died yet from vibration, but the whole point of this was to probably get away from using the phone up there. Okay, that's a lot better now. It sits perfect, same angle as that guy. What I'm going to do, it's hard to see, it's got a little stopper here. Because of the weight, it sort of sits on the stopper here. So what I'm going to do is put a little zip tie around here to keep it off the stopper, so it actually utilises, so you can see that wobble there better than down here. It's hitting the stopper. So you put a little zip tie here to help that rubber stopper, so it holds a bit of compression on that rubber stopper, then the actual dampening works as intended. It's just a bit of an overweight thing for that quad lock, but I'd rather that than my phone up there. So we'll put a little zip tie around it to compress that little white line a little bit, and it keeps it more upright and utilising the vibration dampeners instead of running on the plastic stopper basically. So you can see now I've got the little zip tie here, and it means all the rubber dampeners are working and this little plastic stopper isn't out or in until you go over a bump, because it was just riding on it being out and in, but now you can see it's got all that movement on the rubber, on the proper rubber mount, not using the plastic stopper. So once we get our wires out of the way, should be pretty much spot on there. We'll wire up now. Okay, it's all in now. Just routed it, plugged it in. Now the quad lock in theory is not being used, so I just used a bit of heat shrink to seal one end off and slide over, so that keeps that waterproof. So the good thing about it is, if my battery bank dies or my phone dies in here or something, because I want to keep this waterproof by the way, that's why I'm not running cords into here, because it is a waterproof one. So this battery bank can plug in and the phone can live here, so I can still see my phone if I want in front of here. I can always just undo the quad lock to pop this off, put that somewhere and charge my phone for a little while. So it goes in here, and then around here. It comes out of here, comes along. This gets retained on this one. That hole drops down through there, hidden under the dash, and then pops up here. So we've got our plug here. So we'll turn the key on and see what she does. Should get power now. Oh, straight on. There you go. So that's perfect. Future software upgrades, I might be able to change the picture, apparently the gentleman was saying. So it's all in place there. So I'm just going to go in. So while you're even there, I'll show you how you can go in to CarPlay once I can find that. You can pick your device and then you can customize and move around things. So like I don't want podcasts on there. I don't want audiobooks. Calendar can stay. I don't want Audible. I want to move Gaia up in front of phone really. So in my Google Maps, this is all done on the phone here, so my phone will live in here. I can charge off a battery bank inside here because it's a waterproof Nelson rig bag. It's obviously all you can touch through it. Just moving things around to where you'd actually want them. So it ends up moving everything around so you have the main things you want on your base screen. Another good thing I just noticed with this as well, when you go into your Gaia maps on here, you can see you can zoom in, you can show routes, shows whatever's on your Gaia on your phone. So on here, you'll see here, do it like this, if I change my topo to showing more satellite, it instantaneously shows up on here showing the exact same view. So we go back to what we normally have, about that sort of level. Obviously zooming out on here doesn't affect this one because you control your zoom here, which is really quite good because I like this to normally just have my zoom out, maybe, you know, like that. 5k out or something, then just follow whatever trails. You can see all the little trails then and what intersects, so I sort of like to have it like that. Works really quite well. As I said at the start, this one I scored through the gentleman I got it from, has all the firmware updates because he's worked with the company, which is really quite good. So that will filter out to all the individuals who access this device if they were to ring the company to get from the Ottocast to get the firmware if they wanted it. So one of the main features he did is, if we go back to, where is it, car home, and then here, it's a sound effect one, switch to phone audio output modes. What that means is you don't have to have the issue of connecting your earpiece, FodSport, Sena, whatever it is, Cardo, to this. It just stays connected to your phone and all the sound of this goes through your phone, which goes out to your Sena. Because there were some people with this device and maybe similar devices where once this connected Bluetooth to their headpiece wasn't working for any intercom or anything like that. So it's really quite good. I quite like it. It only uses Bluetooth to initially connect, then it runs off the 5 gigahertz, 5 point whatever it is, 5.1. But I really like how it all works. Really quite good. I like how it sits in there. I can have my phone here, have that there. With my phone here too, I could also have my cord coming out through to my drone if I do want to have it. Obviously it's not waterproof while I feed that through. So without having actually used this yet to go on a ride, as far as how it works, it remembers what you're on as well last time. I'm looking forward to using it to not vibrate my phone to death, and using that quad lock mount the gentleman was nice enough to give me, and we'll give it a review and show you how it is over the next few rides. So this is the Ottocast device, the Ottocast 5C Lite or 5 Lite. I'll chuck it in there anyway. So yeah, got this off Marketplace for $100 and they retail for about $400. So thanks to the gentleman who sold me this one and has gone to the effort of working with the company to get firmware updates out. Cheers.